Hey guys, this is Andre, Techno Studios. Today, dressing accordingly.
Purdy, and we got
Animal.
Animale. Let's talk about your set, bro. First and foremost, it was really good.
Thank you.
Filled with like trance and like just like straight up energy. What was the vibe that you wanted to bring today?
Well, definitely trance. I guess I feel like I put my music in the trance category. I wanted to play a lot of my own stuff, so I played a lot of tracks that would accompany my tracks and sort of suit them in a way and suit an overall set in a very cohesive manner.
Word. And like the way you like put it out and map it out, it's like flawless. It's like pretty much pristine.
Thank you. Thank you.
I liked it a lot, for sure.
It's pretty unique. Especially we are always on the techno bubble. Let's say we can have like shades of techno.
Word, it was a palette
But you
cleanser.
bring like this, it's trance but with shades of techno, but techno with shades of trance. It's different, it's unique. I feel every DJ must have your uniqueness, and that's yours. Like you navigate between styles and where nobody's going,
Thank you. Well, I guess a lot of my inspiration comes from outside of techno and even outside of trance. Started taking music production very seriously. I started out in the genre of synthwave, back in the late 2010s when that was big. So a lot of my influence, comes from that. The very 80s analog sound is pretty heavy, I think, in a lot of my work.
And like speaking of your work and like just like you in general, like how you started all this, like your journey like as an artist through like producing and just being here in general. How did you start? Well,
I think I've been in love with electronic music for just about all my life, I guess. I just didn't really realize it until maybe about middle school. I used to listen to music for like the music and not really for lyrics. And it was like the more electronic kind of styles, particularly like 80s music, definitely.
That's one element of yours, right? So you have all this new wave, a lot of this French electro people explore, but then you explore in a different way.
Thank you.
It's interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, and then I guess, right around middle school, when I was about maybe 12 or 13 years old, I started messing around with GarageBand on my parents' computer. And just one thing led to another, and I started taking it more seriously. And I think I was watching a video of deadmau5 playing a set back when everybody was into the whole EDM boom.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think this is what I want to do.
Nice. And like you took inspiration from that and everything. And how did you come up with your name?
My name, that I guess I've had for a very long time as well. I think there's a lot of different factors that go into that. Originally it was just Animal with the A, not the @ sign. But I put the @ sign in front of it because I think every other artist on SoundCloud is named Animal. So that kind of sets it apart.
True.
And the name, I think, comes from being in middle school. I think if you have maybe trouble with like social skills or introducing or talking to other people, in an appropriate manner, you can often feel like you're on the outside of humanity.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I think that's really kind of where it comes from.
Nice. As far as like your music and stuff like that, aside from like the synthwave and 80s stuff, is there other sort of background to it?
Oh yeah. I mean, maybe it may not be something that I could hear or pick up, but definitely, I guess more conceptually, I'm a big fan of Nine Inch Nails, and I'm a big fan of Trent Reznor, and I love just how vulnerable his music is and how introspective it is, and just that raw humanity in his work is really what I think makes it so beautiful.
Fire.
So I try to inject that into my own work as much as I can.
And throughout the years, like you've made music, you've came into the scene, that you've achieved some milestones. Like, you're a resident of Agapē, and you have releases on many labels. So let's talk a little bit about that. Like, how did you get to that point?
Well, how did I get involved with Agapē, or how did I?
Well, let's talk about both.
Let's start with that.
Yeah, start with Agapē.
That was kind of.
Everybody knows the boss. The bosses are here.
The boss.
The bosses are here.
Well, it's kind of a funny story, I guess. I had just turned 21. So I couldn't really go to clubs and introduce myself unless I couldn't drink. I knew I needed a network, somehow to get this career off the ground. And my parents were like, "Hey, like you're 21, you should start putting yourself out there." So I just looked up a couple raves in the area, and that I found, and an artist that's maybe not similar to what I do, but closer than melodic techno, which is what was big at the time, was Sarah Kin.
Word.
And she was playing in Bushwick, and Agapē was hosting her, so I went and I checked it out, and I introduced myself to Andre's the leader of Agapē, and shook his hand, and from there, a couple months later, I opened for VCL, and that was a really, really amazing moment for me.
Yeah, I know like VCL is like one of your favorite artists too, right?
Yeah, very different I think, sort of style, but in a lot of ways kind of similar in his kind of abruptness in his music. And
Yeah.
I love how it's almost unpredictable in a way, which I like. I like to kind of psych people and make it a very special experience with the track. Not just the set, but with the track itself. You know, I want you to enjoy a track that I produce through headphones on the train, staring at a blank wall. I want you to still enjoy it.
And like listening to it like fully and stuff like that. And
Exactly.
Even when you're playing a DJ set, like you don't want to like transition like too quickly either. You just want to let people listen to your music.
Right. Especially, I mean, if it's my tracks, I tend to play it out because it's mine.
Yeah.
You know, I should.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, but I feel, and it's important, like one of the inspirations that we had with this show, the mixtape series, is like kind of make this set your special set. It's not like you're playing. Probably one of the big inspirations, BBC Radio 1 Essential Mix. Every DJ that goes to Essential Mix, they put like a very different set, and that's what we want you guys to come. Like, put your music, like your inspirations, and not only just come here and put out a set.
Right.
And then that's nice you playing your tracks.
I don't think it was that much different from what I play normally. I mean, of course, I love everybody, you know, on the dance floor, and I love everybody who's dancing in the crowd who's there. But I mean, I'm really there to showcase, you know, my work and something that I'm proud of, and show them something, a part of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I go to see an artist, I'm paying to see a piece of them.
Yeah.
So I don't really play to cater to the crowd. You know, I don't really play anything that I think that they would want to hear. I play to share a piece of myself because, you know, I would assume that that's what they're there for.
Let's move forward with the state of techno.
Yeah, so now, as we spoke, like, more trying to understand your influences, what you're playing, like, because what we want is to share. You come up with a set, but like, where it comes from, right? So I feel the first question for the state of techno, and then we are reaching the first edition, probably, like, we have already 4 months, and the idea is being 6 months.
Yep.
What was, you mentioned like demos, you mentioned like some other artists. What was that track or that artist or that label that clicks you and say, yeah, I want to play this, you know, I want to be a DJ?
Oh, I don't think there was just
It can
one.
be a cringe one, it's fine.
No, I don't think there was just one. I think there was several. I think, you know, it was growing up and listening to just finding old trance tracks on YouTube when I was a kid, you know, of just stuff that came up in my recommended and not really knowing what it was.
Yeah.
It was, you know, listening to 80s music on road trips with my parents, you know, in the car.
Nice.
It was, there's so many influences that I think have culminated into what my music is. So I really don't think there was just one. I mean, if it was when I decided to become a music producer, I think it might have been the track 16th Hour by Deadmau5.
Yeah,
You know, which is one of his more mellow tracks. I don't think I could pin it to one track,
I think
one song. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll clip that track like below.
Yeah. And right now, besides of your tracks, it can be your tracks too. Like, what are the tracks that like you're playing more right now, or sometimes you feeling that the dance floor is not responding, and then I have this one. That one's gonna work. Not necessarily one track, but like one style or a label or, you know.
Well, I do have a couple tracks up my sleeve that, I mean, I have a couple of my own, of course, but, you know, not to toot my horn, but definitely there's this artist from Montreal named Urubu, and he has this track called Injection, which every time I play it, everybody goes nuts. So I really like to throw that in there whenever I can, because I really like that track. It's that nice. And, what's another one? A Bobcat by MRD. That's a flamethrower.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good to have like those secret weapons, so, you know, and just
your
Joker cards.
Oh yeah.
The Joker cards, right? Like, or the Uno card.
Yeah, just throw. It's like nobody's dancing. Well, I know that this is gonna do it.
This third question, we ask more like, you know, other producers that actually you should like that are starting or should be known. But like, I will flip this question with you because you have so many nice tracks. So
thank you.
Right now, what are the tracks that your tracks you enjoy more to play, like being old or new?
Of my own?
Yeah, for your own.
Well, I have a lot more unreleased material than I do released material. It's kind of like an iceberg. So I have a lot of tracks. I'm not comfortable sharing them just yet because I'm still working on them, but I do play them in live sets all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a couple that I'm really, really itching to get out because there's just so much fun to play.
Word.
Yeah, and then like, we're gonna list some of your tracks. Then we can get you like your Bandcamp, of course. Everybody hit Animal tracks like Bandcamp.
We'll throw all those links down there right below.
Finally, it's always like a special question, a different one. I like the idea. You're a full package. Like, you come with your music, you have a musicality that is super unique, But at the same time, you're an animal, and you show up, you know, guy in a suit, and you deliver. So there's so many elements, and I feel that's make like a different good from great. That's a special question, like thinking, if you would play in a corporate party, what would you play in a corporate party?
Well, you know, it's funny. I actually, I just last Wednesday I played at what one would call a corporate event.
Yeah.
There's an absinthe company called Absinthe. I'm butchering it.
Absinthe.
Absente.
I think it's Absinthe, that liquor company.
Well, the company itself, it's what, Absente.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to butcher it, but they're a liquor company.
Yeah.
And I played an event for them at House of Yes.
Oh,
and it was. They were, I guess, the performer was this woman Lex, who does kind of dark wave, new wave, punky, you know, Depeche Mode adjacent kind of stuff.
Interesting.
And so she wanted more of a goth kind of vibe.
Yeah,
So
nice.
I played a bunch of like old, like Gesaffelstein adjacent, you know,
nice.
Schweffelgelb goth stuff. So.
Yeah.
If I were to play a corporate party, it would definitely be
Yeah,
you know, goth, synthy, industrial stuff. That was a lot of fun.
True. That's a nice answer. I like that.
That's it, like party.
And great interview, great set, great music.
Thank you.
Great person, great suit.
Thank you. It's
Do you
just
have
H&M.
so like before we conclude this? Do you have like any special shout outs that you want to like give out to the camera real quick or anything like that? Maybe mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just.
Well, shout out to my parents, you know, for raising me to be such a creative and artistic person. I guess both my parents are artists. You know, my mother's an actress. My dad is a painter. You know, and an art teacher at York Prep here in Manhattan.
No way. What?
And my sister's a dancer. My whole family, you know, are all very creative.
So the
people.
arts, the veins are.
Yeah,
dope.
so I guess if I would shout out my family for making me the person that I am.
Or it's in the blood. And yeah, Techno Inc. out. Bing, bing. Yeah, that's sick, you know. And hold on, let's restart.
Yeah.
That's it.